There are 4 triads that are so important for piano players to know. And in this video, I'm going to break down what those triads are, how you can build them starting on any note, and I'm also going to show you a really simple exercise to get them under your fingers. Let's dive in. Hello, welcome back to the Keys Coach YouTube channel. My name's Adam and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now, what exactly is a triad? Well, a triad is any chord that has 3 different notes. And there are kind of 4 main types of triad. Now, if you watch a lot of videos on triads, they say you need to learn major, minor, diminished, and augmented. I'm going to leave 2 of those out. We're not going to look at diminished triads. We're not going to look at augmented triads. We're just going to look at major, minor, sus2, and sus4. Those are the 4 most important types of triads. So often we go to diminished and augmented, but actually the use cases for those are much rarer than sus2 and sus4. Okay, I'm going to show you what each of these chords mean and how you can construct them. So, what is a major triad? Well, the first thing you need to know is your major scale. And we're going to do this in the key of F. There's your F major scale. And to construct a major triad, all you do is you take the root, the 3rd, and the 5th of that scale. In fact, you don't need the whole scale, you just need the first 5 notes. There we go, and you take the root, the 3rd, and the 5th, and that gives you that major triad. Now we're going to look at those other triads through the lens of the major scale. So to work out all those other triads, you just need those 5 notes. Now to get minor, all you do is you flatten the 3rd, and it means you bring this middle note here, which in our case in the key of F is an A, down a semitone to an A flat. And there's your minor triad. So if our major triad is 1, 3, 5, our minor triad is going to be 1, flat 3, 5. Do you see that? So we've got major, minor. Now sus2, how do we get sus2? Sus is basically a way of saying replace the 3rd with another note. So in sus2, you're going to take the 3rd out and you're going to play the 2nd instead. So far we've got sus2, minor, major, and you can imagine what sus4 is, right? Take the 3rd out and replace it with the 4th. So let's do that again. sus2, minor, major, sus4. So if we had to analyze it with numbers, it would be 1, 2, and 5 for sus2, 1, flat 3, and 5 for minor, 1, 3, and 5, regular 1, 3, and 5 for major, and 1, 4, and 5 for sus4. So that's kind of the theory, but what do these chords actually sound like? Let's take sus2 for example. I use these chords all the time in my playing sus2. They just ring so beautifully, far more than I find a major triad rings. I find having that note in there just adds an extra kind of level of kind of depth. sus4 is kind of the same, except sus4 kind of wants to travel, it wants to go somewhere, and quite often with a sus4, the 4 goes down to the 3rd. Which is kind of a sound we're all familiar with. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice those 3 different triad shapes. We're going to go sus4, major, sus2, and then back to major. We're going to leave minor out just for the moment, okay? I always think this sounds a little bit like Christmas, you know.
Merry Christmas!
There's actually a Christmas song that does that, I think. Can't think what that is. But we're not going to play it like Christmas. What we're going to do is we're actually going to use a track that I've created, and we're going to go through and go sus4, major, sus2, major. Let's have a go at doing that with a track I've created. So you can see what we're doing there. sus4, major, sus2, major. Just repeating that pattern. So now let's have a go at adding in that minor triad. What we're going to do is we're going to go sus4 minor with that flat 3 in there rather than the regular 3, then to sus2 and back to minor. Okay, I think what we'd do, let's do major twice and then minor twice. I'll show you. Let's try it. So starting off with major, one more of those. Now let's go minor. See that? It's just a really simple exercise to get those triads kind of under your fingers. Now, at the moment, the note that's moving is in the middle of the triad. In other words, we're playing all of them in root position, and the note that's moving is in the middle. So what would happen if we put that note that's moving, that's currently in the middle, what would happen if we move that to the bottom? Let me just show you. So rather than starting up here, we're going to go down there. That's going to be our new shape. Do you see? It's just the same notes, but I've reordered them so they're down there. Let's try the same thing. Let's do 2 versions on the major and then 2 versions on the minor. So this is major. Now minor. This is a great way to start getting triads out of the box. So for example, if I said F sus2, yeah, you can play it there, but you can also play it there, and they're all the same thing. They're all F sus2, but you're just reordering the notes and doing them in different inversions. And this exercise really helps you to get all the different inversions of those triads into your playing. So we've so far put the note that's moving in the middle of our triad, and we've also put it at the bottom of our triad. Let's have a go at putting it at the top of the triad. So there would be our F sus4 with that 4th at the top of the voicing. There would be our regular F major, F sus2, and F major again. And obviously if we're doing the minor version, F sus4, F minor, F sus2, back to F minor. Let's try it with the track. So major first. Now let's do the minor version. So now we've actually done all of the different inversions on every single triad. What we're going to do now is we're going to put them all together, okay? And we're going to start off by putting the note that's moving at the bottom of our voicing. So there's our sus4, there's our major, there's our sus2, back to the major, and then that would be the minor version. Then we're going to switch it up and put the note that's moving in the middle of our voicing. There's the major, and then the minor. And then lastly, we're going to put the note that's moving at the top of our voicing. And the minor. Let's have a go at doing all of that with the track. So the note that's moving is at the bottom of our voicing. Let's do the minor version. There it is. Okay, let's switch it up. Let's put it in the middle. Back to major. Minor. top. Minor version. This is a really great exercise for getting all of those triads secure: major, minor, sus2 and sus4. Have a go at playing along with the video and drop a comment below to let me know how you get on. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you found it useful. It's so great to see that so many of you are finding the content here useful. I want to grow this channel into an incredible community of keys players and piano players and just people that want to take their musicianship to that next level. So drop a comment below, let me know what do you want me to cover in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!